Hey guys, today I'll be playing Duality, where you find yourself in the middle of a bizarre love triangle. What's my name? Oh, shit. Why did you need to start pouring now, on the very day that you didn't have enough money for a taxi? You went as fast as you can, using arms as a very poor shield against the vicious rain. It's like the sea is being emptied over your head. This isn't going to work. You're going to get soaked. You're going to have to find shelter and wait until the rain stops if you don't want to catch a cold. The flower shop ahead of you is displaying a very obvious open sign on its window. That'll do. You push the door open and rush inside. The pleasant smell of flower perfume hits you as you let the door close behind you and pat at your wet hair. Yeah, it's already drenched, but you still have one layer of clothing beneath your coat that remains dry. At least you have that. A small sigh escapes you as you look around. A large variety of plants surround you, from colorful roses to potty little succulents. At least you end up in a nice shop. Pretty bad weather today, huh? Your attention shifts to the register a little further ahead. A boy with blonde hair is standing behind it. He gives you a little shy smile. Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry for bursting in like that. I was just trying to find some shelter. It's really no trouble. Feel free to look around while you're here. His smile becomes a little wider, more suitable for customer service. Now that you're taking a cook, you don't care much for his looks. Let's say, now that you're giving a good look at him, he's pretty cute. You begin to scan the flowers on display. The arrangements aren't half bad. Some of them you haven't even seen anywhere else. You often walk past this place on your way to work, but you never took the time to come inside. Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to get a small potted plant. It could liven your apartment a little. Hey, you glance at the employee's chest where his name is displayed. Keith, I might get a potted plant, but I'm not sure what to pick. Have you gotten any recommendations? Maybe something that won't die easily? His eyes light up immediately. Of course, a good few options would be succulents such as aloe vera. Peace lilies are also nice if you want something a bit less spiky, and spider plants are another popular option for the beginners. He points to each plant as he speaks their name. Then he proceeds to explain how to take care of them. He looked a little timid before. All of that was now gone. You knew employees were supposed to be kind and helpful, but Keith seemed genuinely passionate about the subject. He practically radiated happiness when he spoke about plants. Now we have to pick one. Aloe vera, spider, peace lily. Let's get a peace lily. You tell Keith your choice and he happily nods in agreement. Have you had trouble taking care of plants before? I can give you tips on other species too if you like. Yeah, a little bit. Thanks for the offer. I'll just look after this one for now. But if it's a success, I'll come by for more. My place does look a bit dull without any plants. By the time you pay for your plant, the rain has stopped. Keith hands you your new plant and you're about to turn and leave. Ask for his number. Before you do so, you decide to try your luck with this cute florist. This might sound kind of sudden. Don't feel pressured to agree or anything, but can I get your number? A small blush spreads over his cheeks. It makes him look even more adorable. Oh, I'm flattered. His expression turns from flustered to sad as he avoids your gaze. Don't take this the wrong way. I think you're good looking. You seem like a nice person, but having my number won't be a very good idea. That's a weird way to reject someone. It's a little disheartening, but you don't want to pressure him. That's fine then. Thanks for the help with the plant. Have a nice day. You offer a smile to let him know you weren't mad and won't hold a grudge. A timid smile from before returns to his face. You too. You don't waste any more time in case the rain starts again. Better get home fast. But as you exit the shop, you suddenly feel a chill spread through your body. Is it because your hair got soaked? No, you feel odd. Through the shop's window, you see Keith. He's staring right back at you. But something about him is different from before. His smile isn't there. His eyes look off somehow. Oh, maybe you're just imagining things? It's a little far to properly see his expression. He was very sweet to you earlier. You shouldn't think ill of him like this. You shake away the thoughts and continue your walk home. The next day, you're headed to work on the same route you always take. The sky is a dull gray and the air is chilly, which makes you glad you dressed a little warmer this morning. Perhaps that's why the streets are so empty. This time, you make sure to take an umbrella with you. You stop at a crosswalk, waiting for the green light. As you do, you know someone on the other side of the street. Normally, you wouldn't pay the stranger any mind, but something catches your eye. Does he have blue spots in his face? Is it bruises, or perhaps makeup? They look a bit too bright to be bruises. The light turns green, you begin to cross the road. So does the other person. As it grows closer, you find yourself unable to look away. The blue spots aren't the only unusual thing about him. His eyes are large, frozen in a sort of widened look. One side of his mouth stretches up to his cheek in a squiggly line, creating an unnerving smirk. His eyebrows are curved upwards as if he were in pain. He notices you staring and grins just as the two of you pass each other. You swear you can see sharp teeth for a second. A familiar chill runs up your spine. Just a cosplayer, you tell yourself, a very convincing one. But strangely enough, you can't help but feel like you've seen him before. That's odd. Someone with a face like that wouldn't be easy to forget. Maybe you've seen him somewhere with all that makeup? You eventually arrive at your workplace and forget about the strange person for the rest of the day, choosing to focus on your work instead. It's not a very eventful day. You receive a few calls, but nothing too stressful or complicated. Your annoying colleague, Jacob, who works at the desk near yours, goes on and on about some party he wanted you to attend and why you should have. You try to tune him out and enjoy the slow day. Several hours later, you're standing in the elevator, tired and ready to head home for a well-deserved rest. You say goodbye to a few coworkers on your way out. As you exit the building, you find someone leaning against the wall by the entrance, arms crossed. It's the guy you saw in the crosswalk. The grin he gives you is just as creepy as the one from earlier today. Did he follow you to work? For how long has he been standing there waiting? He's looking at you as if he's expecting something. Can I help you? Sure you can. You can give me your number. It's gonna end badly, but let's just say okay. He pulled out a pen. Is it okay if I write it on the back of your hand? You know how weird this is. His smirk fades and he looks at you as if you just told him you have a horse in your pocket. Wait, really? You nod. Looks like he's taking him a minute to process this. He eventually holds out his hand so he can write your number on the back of it. You notice that the blue spots are present on his hand as well as the blue parts of the skin that don't smudge if you touch them. Is it not paint after all? The guy stares at his hand as if pondering on what to do next. You just did it so I leave you be, didn't you? No, you actually find him weirdly attractive. Yeah, when you get a closer look, he looks pretty attractive. I'm grateful you didn't bother with his ugly hat. So mean. I think you look cool. Your boldness only stuns him further. Since it doesn't seem like there'll be further interaction between the two of you, you leave him to his disbelief and continue your walk home. There's no sign of him for the rest of the way. You get home and unlock your door. The apartment is just as you left it, except for one small detail. You notice a slight breeze as you take off your coat. That's odd. The windows are supposed to be closed. A knot forms in your throat as you begin to look around, stepping carefully in case something might jump out at you from the darkness. As you turn the corner, dread spreads through your body. The light in your kitchen is on and the door is cracked open. You consider grabbing a weapon, but you don't really own anything that could serve as such, other than the knives in the kitchen, that is. Part of you tells you that you might have forgotten to turn off the lights when you left. Don't panic just yet. You began to take a few more careful steps towards the kitchen, cautiously push the door open further. You find him there, the man who just asked for your number, leaning against the counter, casually inspecting his nails. The window is wide open. How did you get him before you? There's something different about him this time. His entire skin has become blue, and the squiggly lines now stretch from both sides of his mouth. The dark blue eyes have become purple. Welcome home, Nunri. There's something incredibly deranged in his gaze. He pushes himself off the counter. You're about to take a step back, but you merely manage to move your foot before the guy is suddenly right in front of you. He slams you against the wall, pinning you in place. His entire face is twitching horribly. You like me, right? You said so. There was so much excitement in his voice. But I also like him. What are you talking about? Let go. You try to struggle, his grip tightens. It's hurting you. It's not fair, Moonri. You even know his name. You never bothered to ask mine. Twitch? Why did you ask for his number and then give me yours? Are you some kind of player? You're cut off by his frustrated groan. He won't shut up. He clenches his teeth as his hands press harder against your shoulders. It hurts real bad. If he keeps this up, he's going to break your shoulders. Twitch. His face begins to change. The eyes shrink down. The mouth reverts to a normal shape. The skin turns rosy. You were shocked to see the florist you met yesterday take the place of the thing from before. Keith? Keith looks almost giddy. His smile is no less deranged than that of the blue-skinned guy. He lets out a giggle, one that sends shivers through your entire body. You don't feel any less threatened. You don't mind this, Rimmer, do you? You waited so long for someone like you. You can't tell what's happening right now. Is it some kind of nightmare? What you're witnessing shouldn't be possible in reality. They always leave me, but you're going to stay, because you like us both. You try to break free again, but the arms holding you in place won't budge. Looking down at them, you notice his hands are still blue. It was Keith's face, but that thing from before is still holding you in place. What do you want? Stay with me. Twitch. One side of his mouth begins to stretch again. It goes up and up until it stops right below his eyes. Blue spots start to reappear like bruises left by invisible punches. Stay with me. The right eye is widening again. Twitch, twitch. You're not sure which one is talking anymore. Stay with us. The voice has become uneven. At parts you can hear Keith's voice, and somewhere at the back, and once every 2 words, the other one joins in. We'll be so happy together. We will never leave each other's side. Your legs are turning into mush. You want to scream, but no sound is coming out. Never leave us, Moonray. We'll be together until our bodies rot together in a coffin, until the world dies, until there's nothing left but dust. You laugh and pant, leaning in close to your face. The next sentence comes in a whisper. Don't close the game. Oh. Bad end, together forever. Gonna completely reject Keith. You don't care so much for his looks. Okay, we can scan the flowers and whatnot. I wonder if getting a different flower would change anything. And we don't bother to ask, is he your type? You don't waste any more time in case the rain starts again. Better get home fast. The creepy feeling is still there. If we reject the both of them, will they get mad? I mean, they really can't. Alright, and we're headed back to work. We'll say, no way. There's no sign of him for the rest of the way. Oh, so you just leave? You get home and lock your door, your apartment is just as you left it. Except for one small detail. Okay, so the kitchen. So they still came to the kitchen. So Keith basically asked, oh God. Keith has 2 personalities. But I don't know which one's the real one, because Keith's the real one. Oh, kind of left without giving me a chance to introduce myself, you know? The name's Tenebrous, a pleasure to meet you. He began to back away. He makes his move as well, stepping towards you. What's wrong? Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Why are you here? How did you get in? You try to keep her calm for now. Maybe you just need to make it back to the hallway and grab your phone from your coat. You just need to keep him distracted. Doesn't matter, I just wanted to talk to you some more. I'm usually not in control for a long time. Not in control? What is he even talking about? You said you like me. You don't mind me staying for a bit, do you? I would have bought you something, but there was no time. He almost seems clueless to how normal the situation is. Oh, what the heck? I didn't say I liked them. The both of them. I rejected the both of them. Let's tell him he needs to leave. This guy is either stupid or nuts. He's decided to take a more gentle approach and ask him to leave nicely. Look, I'm sorry, but I need to ask you to leave. What? Why? It's really late, I'm tired, and it's been a long day. Give him a smile and hope he'll understand. But hey, you have my number. You can call or text me some other time. Tenebrous suddenly looks like a wounded puppy as he scratches the back of his head. He expects him to protest, but he ends up simply nodding and beginning to make his way towards the door. He stops beside you for a moment. You won't just ghost me, will you? Cross my heart and hope to die? Squiggly smile on his back, he then walks past you and out the front door. You're left staring at it for a few moments. That was weird to say the least. It's probably not the best idea to let this guy off the hook this easily, but something about him fascinates you. You can't bring yourself to report him to the police. So just let it slide this once. Let it slide. Tenebrous ending. What? Let it slide. Let's let him stay. You mull this over. Any sane person in this situation will call the cops on this lunatic. But you're not one of those sane people. Besides, he had this innocent air about him that makes you believe he genuinely means no harm. Alright, you can stay for a little bit, but then I'm gonna need you to leave. It's late and I'm tired. Tenebrous gives you a wide, creepy grin, which you assume is meant to express happiness. Oh yeah, I promise not to hang around for too long. Okay, well, make yourself comfortable, I guess. Do you want anything to drink? Tenebrous takes a seat on one of the kitchen stools and nods. The grin never leaves his face. He must be really happy to be allowed to stay. You open your fridge and name a few things you're having there. After handing him his drink and getting one for yourself, you take a seat opposite of him. This is so weird. So, what was so great about me that compelled you to break into my apartment? Oh, is that something else I wasn't supposed to do? So your guess that he had no idea what he was doing has been correct. At least it didn't look like he was playing dumb. And if he was a very good actor. You didn't know you're not supposed to enter other people's homes? I thought it's not a problem if I don't mean to do anything bad. Besides, I messed up again. Seeing him look all sad and guilty gives you the sudden urge to comfort him. Hey, it's okay. I'm guessing if you wanted to murder or rob me, you would have done it by now. So we're cool. You quickly tried to make him feel better. Well, to answer your question, I just thought you were really good looking. And then you said I am too, and nobody's ever thought about that about me, so I guess I kinda got overexcited. Sorry. This time he's very blunt and isn't the least bit embarrassed by his confession. You feel your own cheeks grow a little warm. I'm flattered that you admit you left a pretty big impression. He opens his mouth to say something else, but winces before any sound can come out. Is something wrong? Tenebrous holds his head in his hands and groans. Sorry, I have to go. He stands up and sloppily makes his way to the window. You stand up as well. Are you sure? Let me help. You can't help. It's fine. It was nice to meet you. Before I can stop him, he jumped out of the window. All you can do is stare in shock. You rush over to see if he's okay. You stick your head out of the window just in time to spot him running away down the street. This is the second floor. How did he do that? Is he not even human? So many questions swim through your head. Was this guy even human? This was the second time he'd done something impossible today. The next time you see him, you're gonna need him to do a lot of explaining. Or at least, you hope to see him again, even if it's just to satiate your curiosity. Another Tenebrous end. So weird. Call the police. You're not going to put up with this. There's a limit to how creepy someone can be. You make a bolt for the hallway. Hey, wait! He must not be suspecting you're about to call the police on him because he's not in a rush to catch you. You grab your coat and phone and hurry outside while dialing their emergency number. The calm voice of a woman greets you on the other end of the line. You explain the situation and give her your address as you hurry out of your apartment complex. Tenebrous is coming after you, still calling out for you to wait and trying to convince you it doesn't mean you any harm. Once outside, you hide around the corner of the building behind a dumpster. This gives you a moment to catch your breath. Your heart is beating rapidly in your chest. He walks around, failing to notice you. Moonray, come on! He's now close enough for you to hear him sigh. I just wanted to talk to you. You continue to walk, getting further away from your hiding spot. You You stay put, too afraid to move in case you might give away your position. It doesn't take long until you hear sirens. That's when you see some blue flash past you at an unbelievable speed. It takes you a second to realize that it was Tenebrous. For a moment, all you could do was stare with your mouth agape. Is this guy even human? He was moving so fast you could barely tell it was him. But now that he's gone, the police are here. You come out of your hiding spot to talk to the officers. Sometime later, you're back in your apartment and the police have promised to try and catch the man that broke into your home. How are they gonna catch that guy? At one point, the possibility of him never having meant any harm crosses your mind, but you quickly push it away. It's absurd. You don't sleep very well that night. Safe then, you escape them. Well, I don't know if you're really safe for now, but yeah. Okay, so this time I asked Keith for his number and I just rejected Tenebrous. See if there's anything different. Could have sworn you left him behind. Yeah. What are you doing in my apartment? Just saw I say hi and introduce myself. He didn't really give me a chance, you know. It's kind of cool. Your back hits the wall and you begin to feel around for a door opening. The intruder looks amused by your panic. Am I that scary looking? Don't worry. I won't do anything as long as you don't provoke me. Your name's Tenebrous. Pushes himself away from the counter and begins to move towards you. Stay back. Tenebrous stops and frowns. You initially think it's thanks to your warning, but then he brings a hand to his head and lets out a slight groan. For God's sakes, not now. He holds his hand in his head and digs his fingers into his hair. Go away. You're not sure if he's talking to you or if he's just insane. Maybe both. You're about to take the opportunity to flee, but the sight before you keeps you in place. His appearance begins to change. The blue skin turns rosy, the squiggly lines revert back into the normal-shaped mouth and the eyes shrink down. By the time he lowers his hands and looks at you, he's turned into a different person. A person you've seen before. Keith? I'm so sorry. That shouldn't have happened. That's all my fault. You're so stunned you can barely form a comprehensive sentence. Are you in some kind of messed up dream? What the hell just happened? It's a bit hard to explain. He looks at you with unease. Are you going to call the police? I don't know. I probably should. I want an explanation. Do you have some kind of double personality? He shakes his head. No, it's more complicated than that. He's been with me since I was born. He's like a separate entity. I mean, that's kind of like a double personality, but yeah, I can see that. He is an entirely different entity. There's no way that's possible. Well, you just saw a switch, and you still haven't had time to process what you just witnessed. Alright, let's say I believe you. What reason do I have not to call the police on the guy who broke into my apartment? I promise it won't happen again. It's my fault. I was tired and he's able to get full control and I'm exhausted. You stare at him for a moment. He looked genuinely guilted, and that pitiful look he's giving you is kind of convincing, but then again, would it really be a good idea to let him off so easily? You have two choices, to call or not call the police. Let's see if he called the police. Alright, I believe you. Your lie brings him relief. He sighs as he brings a hand to his chest. You don't know this guy or how dangerous he can be. Trusting him based on appearance and promises alone would be stupid. But I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now. Of course, I'm really sorry. He doesn't waste any time before heading for the door. You watch him cautiously. As soon as he's gone, you call the police and explain the situation. When the officers arrive, you give him a description of him and the address of his workplace. Upon being found and questioned, Keith never fights any of it. He confesses to having broken into your apartment. It doesn't put you at ease, though. It's the other one that has you worried. You aren't certain of the fact that Keith can't keep him at bay. In a few months' time, you even manage to get a restraining order. You do everything you can to make sure that the thing you saw that night stays away from you. Safe then. I don't know, I feel bad for Keith. I feel pretty bad. It's kind of sad. Small sigh escapes you. You might be out of your mind letting this guy off the hook so easily, but for now, you're not going to alert the authorities. Alright, I believe you. The relief on his face is immense. But this doesn't make me any less shocked. What did you mean you said he's some kind of entity? Is he dangerous? He isn't any more dangerous than any other person. I promise I'd never let him do anything bad to you. Okay, is that why you didn't give me your number? Maybe that's why. I see, you did actually mention it wouldn't be a good idea to be close to you when we first met. Is that why? Keith gives you a sheepish smile. Yes, kind of. I would have loved to give you my number, but I don't want to drag you into my mess of a life if things went well between us. You sound like you're speaking from experience. Yeah, I kind of am. But I should go now. I'm still bothering you at such a late hour. I'm sorry for everything again. He's starting to make his way past you out of the kitchen. What should we do? Should we ask to give him our number? Let's save this so I can see. Let's ask him to stay a little longer. Oh, would it be a problem if I ask you to stay a bit longer? Keith stops in his tracks and looks at you with wide eyes. You want me to stay? Are you sure? You nod. Only if you want to, of course. Yes, he bursts out happily. Then a huge pink hue appears on his cheek and he lets out an embarrassed chuckle. I mean, sure. He is positively adorable. Alright, great. Make yourself comfortable then. You let him to sit down in your kitchen and offers him to drink. Is this really okay? I'm kind of a stranger who broke into your home. He nervously fiddles with the glass. You sit across from him, setting your arms on the table as you face him. Well, I'm not afraid of you and I think you're cute, so I'm giving you a second chance. Besides, it wasn't you who broke in, right? That gets him to smile in a way that he hasn't done until now. You think I'm cute, huh? Your suit looks quite nice. You're nice looking too. Although normally I pick something a little more romantic for a first date. True, but we'll settle for a short and odd first date for now. Alright, in that case, I'd love to get to know you better. Tell me about yourself. Well, I'm not that interesting. I'm more of a stay-inside person. I'm the outgoing type. I love to meet new people. More or less an eccentric. People consider me sort of odd. This person seems kind of odd, so I'm gonna choose this one. I think you're wonderful. I mean, I'm sure it's just because they don't know you very well. What about you, though? I would love to know more about you. Prop your chin against your hands as you gaze at him with a big smile. Oh, I'm just... His sentence is interrupted by a yawn. Oh my gosh, right, you said you were really tired earlier. I'm sorry, I should have let you go home and rest. But I'd love to stay longer. You say it's a date and all. We'll have another one. Hold on, I'll be right back. You hurry out of the kitchen to find a pen and some paper. You then return with your number written on it and hand it to Keith. He beams as he takes it. Thank you. This time, he finally gets up to leave for good. The smile never leaves his face. You see him to the door. It's dark out, so be careful. I will, don't worry. Good night, Henry. Your gaze stays in the door for a little while longer after he's closed it behind him. Looks like in the end, you still scored a date with the flower boy. A wide grin spreads across your face. You can't wait to see him again. Keith and so flowering and fun, you still have to deal with Tenebrous. Oh, he's like, although he's not that bad, he just doesn't understand things very well, basically. Let's ask if he give you his number this time. Wait, is there any chance I could get that number this time? Of course, still no pressure. He stops and frowns. You still want my number after all this? Yeah, kind of. Is that weird? I don't want to give up on you because of the other guy. Oh, wait, really? I mean, of course, I'll give you my number. You chuckle at his little outburst. Do you have any paper and pen? You nod and head into your living room to look for the objects. A minute later, you return with them in hand. Keith quickly jots down his phone number. He adds his name and draws a little heart next to it before handing it to you. You take it pleased with yourself. Take care on your way back. It's dark. I'll text you later to see if you made it safely. Alright, don't worry. I'll be okay. Good night, Henry. Good night, Keith. And with that, he's gone. You managed to get that number in the end. It remains to be seen what it will cost you. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Now we'll just let him go. He's He's right, it's getting pretty late, and you probably shouldn't keep him around much longer. Yeah, don't worry about it. Tell Tenebrous to try the doorbell next time. Next time? Yeah, though I'm still wary of him. I wouldn't mind seeing you again. He suddenly looks like a child on Christmas morning who just found out the biggest present under the tree has his name on it. I will love that too, if you mean that. I'm usually at the flower shop from Tuesday to Saturday between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. Alright, I'll keep one of that. Have a good evening. You too. With that, he's finally gone. This whole thing has been really odd, but part of you is excited to see what will happen next. Person possessed by some sort of entity, huh? Alright, and that's the end of Duality. So the characters we play as ourselves is a bit of an oddball. They're really weird too. But this is just a demo version. I'm pretty sure in the full version they'll have like lots of other different routes, and probably there will be 3 main routes of Keith or Tenebrous or the both of them. Though I'm not sure how we're gonna end up with the both of them. We'll just have to wait and see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye!